is Crab, and this is my story. Our world: plants, animals, land, and water, essential to all living things. But where does that water come from? Our watershed. Watershed, by definition, is an area or reach of land that separates waters flowing to different rivers, basins, or seas. Our imprint on the watershed matters, from the fertilizers used to the trash we litter. You know that candy wrapper you dropped the other day because you were too lazy to throw it away? It ended up in the bay and strangled a crab. That caused excessive algae blooms and killed many fish. And how did all this happen? How did it get from the golf course to the bay? Runoffs. Runoffs are the draining away of water or substances carried in it from the surface of an area of land, a building, or structure. With so many civilizations and new infrastructure, there are too many impervious surfaces and not enough land for absorption.
Impervious surfaces increase the speed and amount in which stormwater comes down in, which can alter natural stream flow and disrupt aquatic habitats.
With those impervious surfaces, the toxic chemicals get washed away by the rain and go down runoffs. But how come nothing is able to stop the water flow and filter the sediment? Because humans keep removing buffers, the natural vegetation around the bay that filters big sediment pieces.
These problems affect so many life forms, including oysters. The oyster population from the 1990s to 2010 was close to extinction because there were way less than 500,000 oysters in the bay. That was a huge contrast from 1980. Over the past century, the watershed has experienced a change in land use, as urban, suburban, and agricultural areas have replaced forested lands. This has increased the amount of nutrients and sediment entering our rivers and streams and contributed to the poor water quality that affects aquatic life. Excess nutrients, for instance, fuel the growth of algae blooms that create low oxygen dead zones that hinder the development of oyster larvae. Sediment can also suffocate oysters and other shellfish, says the Chesapeake Bay program. You need to care about your blueprint on the Chesapeake Bay because not only does it affect you, it affects bay life too. So what can humans do to help? We all know there is no going back, so the best you can do is prevent and clean up. You can participate in community cleanups that the Chesapeake Bay program hosts. You can also be more careful about your blueprint. Think before you act. You can deposit chemicals and toxic waste correctly. Planting buffers will at least serve as one extra filter before runoffs deposit the rainwater into the bay. If you can't already tell, our bay is in need of serious help. Sure, we've come a long way, but there's still so much more we can do. So our world, plants, animals, and water in the bay that we are going to save, because not only does it affect you, it affects bay life too. Contact the Chesapeake Bay program for more information on how you can help.